What is going on, everyone? This is Ivan and welcome back to the Ivan Rides YouTube channel. Today we are taking the Nami Klima Max and we are doing a full commute experience. We're going to be going from Queens through Manhattan. We're going to cut through Central Park and then make our way up into the Columbia University area. So if you've ever been curious to see what it's like to navigate the city on a high-performance scooter like a Nami Klima Max, or you're interested in the sights and sounds of New York in general, sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. It's good to have you on board today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Just like every full commute experience video, I just want to go over a few things so that we are on the same page. To the right over here, you're going to see my phone. I have the Relive app running today so that at the end of this video, we are going to have a recap of the route that we took, as well as some of the fun stats that were generated on this ride. Down below, you're going to see chapters. I do understand that this is a longer time commitment, so I want to make it as easy for you as possible to navigate the video. So if you had to step away, it's pretty easy to get back. Also, if you want to revisit your favorite parts, hopefully that makes it easier for you to do so as well. And since this is a full commute video, we will not be editing out any of the mistakes, the blurbs, the traffic stops, etc. I want to give you as immersive of a ride as possible, so we're going to leave everything basically intact with very, very minimal editing. It's interesting how this series started, because when I first did the first couple of full commute videos, I wasn't talking because I wanted it to be kind of like almost like ASMR, but over the last couple of months, y'all have given me some feedback, so I'll be telling some stories and then we'll be basically getting to know each other on this ride. So I hope you enjoy it. I am going to focus a little bit more on the ride now. So yeah, we are done with the intro. So interesting thing happened these last, I would say 2 weeks. In the last video, well, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a link right here. I was doing a recap of 2023 and kind of like a plan for 2024 video. And I mentioned that I was going to take a week off for the holidays. And, you know, me being me and being a anxious person, I was like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't take a break and I should record something, because the almighty algorithm is gonna be pissed that I took a week off. So I was like, you know what, after Christmas I'm gonna record a video. The day right after Christmas, guys, I caught something that, oh my god, I don't think I've ever been knocked out this hard. Like, for almost a week now, I've just been recovering from whatever it was that I caught. I think it's like a stomach flu. So it was really, really tough. So pardon my voice if I sound a little out of it. Woo-hoo-hoo. So just pardon, I'm doing my best to sound alive, but if I run out of energy halfway through, I'm sorry. But yeah, my body was just like, you are absolutely not doing anything. Not today, sir, not today. So I ended up just basically resting for the last week and a half. I didn't even go to work, so I do still feel a little weak, because there was one night where I basically slept on the bathroom floor and it was horrible, and the only thing I could stomach was for the last week was basically plain bread and water. So my appetite is coming back. I'm starting to feel better, but still quite a rough patch. So this is the first time I'm basically out and about. So I'm heading up to Columbia University because I need to drop off something to a friend of mine up there. It's the kind of the same route that we took last time. So we're gonna follow the GPS this time because we're not gonna make the same mistake of getting lost in Upper Manhattan. Jeez, I can't believe it's 2024 already. And also pardon the sniffling and the heavy breathing. It's still a little tough. That's why I'm just gonna do like a quick drop off and I am out. Woo, bird. Almost got hit by a bird. Ah. You know, since I've been in basically bed, let's just say the last almost 9 days, just trying to recover, just trying to get my strength back and trying to get myself back into solid foods. I got a chance to really, this is the first time in a very long time that I got a chance to really just relax and actually not do anything. I feel bad that I couldn't hang out with my wife as much as I wanted during this time off, but you know, it was literally like I was in bed. The cool thing about that is it's been so long since I just got to sit there with my laptop and just kind of binge watch shows that I've been trying to catch up on. And for those of you that don't know, I am a big fan of anime. I know some of you are like, yeah, 38-year-old man watching cartoons and anime. Yeah, you know what? Live and let live, bro. Live and let live, because I'm not going to judge what you watch. Don't judge what I watch. And you know what? We can blame Toonami from when I was growing up. Oh my goodness, Toonami was my introduction into anime, and it's been a lifelong guilty pleasure of mine. I mean, anime has this incredible way of telling incredible stories with really, really beautifully drawn art. So, pretty obsessed with it. And this was my first time in a very long time where I got a chance to really just binge watch an anime. And a buddy of mine who is a self-proclaimed super otaku here in New York recommended I pick up this anime called Zom 100. And he's just like, knowing you, you're really gonna enjoy this. So, you know, sometimes I don't know if you've ever experienced this. You can let me know in the comments down below. But there are times where a show, a movie, or even like a series just kind of hits a little too close to home. And Zom 100 kind of did that for me. For those of you not into anime and just kind of want to watch the grown-up version of it, I believe Netflix is gonna be doing or is doing a live action version of Zom 100, so check it out if you can. But the premise of Zom 100, I'm not going to spoil it for you, for those of you guys that or for those of you that just want to watch it. The whole premise of it is the main character, he is a bright-eyed, starry-eyed new person into the workforce. and he lands what he thinks his dream job is, but then as he starts working, he realizes things aren't as fun or as glamorous as one would think, as far as when those types of situations come up. And for me it's so relatable, because he spent 3 years of his life where everything just kind of flashed, like in a flash. 3 years were gone, and to make a long story short, he finds himself miserable at his job. And the sad part is, one night he's staying up watching zombie movies, and a line on the screen goes something along the lines of, like, "This is a living hell." And then the main character responds with something along the lines of, "You know what? I'm basically living in hell now. But you know, if a zombie apocalypse does happen, at least I don't have to go to work." And for me, that was so sad, because there were so many times that over the last 15 years in my career, I've thought that, God, I wish something, would stop me from going to work. I just, anything, please, like something, keep me at home. And this was, as I was watching this, and I was basically answering emails at work, trying not to fall behind, and I was just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And basically, the freedom that a zombie apocalypse brought the main character, he got a chance to kind of rethink what he's been doing the last 3 years. And he comes up with this concept of 100 things I want to do before I turn into a zombie. So he spends time just kind of assessing everything that he missed out on from his friends, his family, things with his love, things involving love. And to me, it's just a sacrifice that's all too real. A lot of us sacrifice a lot of things for our careers, and they pose the question of, after all that overtime, after everything is said and done, what did I accomplish? What was it all for? And for me, it's just it struck a little too close to home, because as I would say, first generation here, not even first generation, I'm generation zero, because my kids are probably going to be first generation American. As generation zero, I kind of have that immigrant mentality where you just work as hard as you can, and try to build a better future for yourself and your loved ones. And that type of mentality, and especially here in New York, where it's all about the hustle and trying to be the best that you can, have 15 side hustles, team never sleep, I ain't never scared type of thing. And it gets you thinking, like, was it really worth it? And at the end of the day, sometimes it's not, especially with the, amount of regrets that it tends to leave you with. You know what? Okay, yeah, I'll share the story. I personally have a massive regret that really keeps me up at night even till now. For years, I used to run a lot of sales offices, and I was working almost 80, 90 hours a week. And I wasn't living in New York, and my grandmother got sick during that time, and I spoke to her on the phone a few times, and she was just like, Ivan, can you come home? Can you come visit? And I'm sorry this is so heavy, but I promise I'll end it after this, at least the heavy stories. But my biggest regret is that I prioritized my job, my career, because I was just like, if I don't go into work, they're going to replace me, and if I don't go to work, I'm not going to be able to accomplish all the things I want to accomplish. And I forgot that one of the reasons that I was working so hard was so that I could help take care of her, because she was sick. And I mean, just one of my biggest regrets was not being there for her when she asked for me. And it was one of those sales companies where, what is time off? It's a very well, I didn't, my managing director at that time was like, well, I didn't even go to my mom's funeral. You need time off. Submit the request to HR, because your grandmother is not technically a direct line, so you have to submit that, and only if your mom dies, that's the only time that you can get the time off. And I was just so sickened by that. And that is one of the reasons that I quit, but it was a terrible experience. But yeah, it was such a sad thing. But that anime really brought back some of those things into, I would say, back into my mind, and got me reevaluating kind of what I'm doing with my job and my career and things like that. And it's got my mind racing on how can I get rid of, I would say, some of my hours eventually, so that I don't have those regrets going forward into the future. It's yeah. Oh my goodness, Central Park is so packed. I don't even know why I went this way. I don't know why I went this way. Well, here you go. Central Park for those of you guys that are doing that. But I get that YouTube is a grind, and I get that it's going to require more and more hours as you become a full-time content creator and business offshoots start kind of stemming and shooting from your channel. But I hope that that will help me reclaim some of my time in the future. And as a creative introvert, sales is not necessarily something that really makes me happy, you know. There's not much creativity in it. Yes, we can argue that there can be some creativity in the sales process, but at the end of the day, I find that YouTube is far more rewarding than my current job. But, you know, it's something that you have to build up. We're going to enjoy the process. We're going to keep doing what we do, but the sickness, the pandemic, and all these things just really got me thinking, like, I really should start something like 100 things that we want to do before we I would say die. It doesn't have to be before we become a zombie, because I mean, I don't know if there's a zombie apocalypse coming, but it's a possibility. So yeah, so sorry if that was a little heavy, but just something that interesting that came to mind when I was kind of binge watching. But on a fun note, I did get to rewatch some of my favorite series, and it was nice to rest. It was nice to rest, but goal is this year find a way to make a list with my wife and do more for my family, do more for her, and hopefully set up a future for when we have kids, that we can spend a good amount of time with them, because 6 weeks of paternity leave, I believe, is honestly not enough, and I want to be present for my kids and for my wife. I don't want to be, you know, an absent father. But that out the way, once again, thank you for listening. I know, like I said, that was heavy, but it was just something that kind of came to mind. And you know, these videos, like when I'm doing these long rides, are never scripted, so it's just kind of as things are coming up, I'm sharing them with you as if we were taking this ride together. And actually, we are taking this ride together. I don't know what that weird clicking sound is, but there's been a clicking sound that's been bothering me this whole time. Okay. We just left Central Park, and this is actually Upper West Side now. West 72nd Street in Amsterdam. Oh no. Grandma, what are you doing? This is one of my favorite condos on the right. We're gonna take Riverside Drive up. Another scenic route, so it's kind of gross out here. Really gross out here. Really, really, really gross out here. Let me check. How much time has elapsed? Oh, nope. See, now I loosened that. Gotta retighten that. Check the time that elapsed. 26 minutes, so that means in about 3 minutes it's about to cut off. So now that we're at the halfway point of this video, thank you everybody for accompanying me on this ride. I really do appreciate you. If you liked this type of content, please consider giving it a thumbs up, as it really helps the channel, and it helps to tell me that you like the videos that I'm making, and it helps to tell the algorithm that it should be shared with more people. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about anything that came up during this ride, or if you just want to say hi. You know that I respond to all of my comments. We did have a little bit of a delay there during the time that I was sick, so I should be back to responding on regular intervals going forward. Yep, empty street. Okay, we'll keep going. And if you really, really like my content and you want to support the channel in a, I would say, free way, just make sure you click that subscribe button. There is an icon here on the bottom right of the screen that you can click on. It's my logo. If you click on that, that'll subscribe you to the channel. Just make sure that you turn on the bell notification so that I can notify you anytime a video comes up. We do weekly releases, 8 a.m. Eastern Time every Friday. We're going to be cycling through e-skate, e-bike, and eScooter content. And then in the future, maybe more e-stuff as the channel begins to grow. I do have my, I will have my motorcycle license in the near future, so hopefully we can get our hands on one of those things in the future. Like I was saying before the camera cut off, I hope you enjoy the content coming out for this year. I hope you're looking forward to it, as I am really, really looking forward to making some videos again this year. I knew that this was going to be a fun year because while I was sitting in bed, I was just like itching to make content. So really looking forward to that. And interesting thing about this ride so far, I don't know if you've noticed it, is that the neighborhoods that we've been cutting through are hyper residential. It's really interesting because everyone thinks of New York City as this giant Gotham metropolis type situation, which it is, but it allows for really cool historic neighborhoods like these. Like Upper West Side is like pretty insane, and then we're making our way into, I guess, West Harlem, if that's what they want to call it. Come on, Connecticut. So it is a lot of fun to ride through these parts of Manhattan because I don't really get to come here often, and I only really get to come up here when I'm visiting people or dropping things off. And you know what, we're gonna just, it's a residential neighborhood. I know, as always, red light police is like, but that was a red light. It's more like a yield sign here in Manhattan and in New York, so super interesting. Oh, we're about 2.5 miles away, so you know what, we're gonna go. Yeah, look at these. These are some of the most expensive and oldest residential places in Manhattan. So really cool stuff up here. Really cool stuff. And you get to see weird things like this. Like, I don't even know what that is. Is that Soldiers Monument? Huh. Thank you, Google Maps, because I didn't know. In classic New York fashion, I didn't know what that was. I sold a few co-ops up here in my time when I was in real estate. I sold a 1-bedroom around here for around like $850,000, which is you know, insanity when you think about it, because it's like, what can you do with $850,000 everywhere else in the country? You get a 1-bedroom here in Manhattan with really high maintenance and really high HOAs because of the services of the building, etc., things like that. I'm going to close my visor again. It's a little too cold. That sound means I got to change my brakes soon. It's been 400, almost 300, a little over 300 miles. Or I just got to clean up my my brake disc. One or the other. Best bike route. Okay. Whee! Oh my goodness. I do got to be careful with these wet streets though. As much as I want to like blast it, I also don't want to be like, this is the episode where Ivan dies. It's like, oh god. Yeah, I'd rather not. If you notice, this is where we were, where we stopped last time, because I ended up too far south because I put in the wrong address and the wrong coordinates into the Google Maps. But this time I got it right. So we were 1.6 miles off of our destination last time, but we are here and we are gonna make it. Speaking of red lights, I find it really funny because the red light police get so mad when we go through these reds as yields. They make it sound like I've punched a baby in the head or something, but it is one of those things here in New York that is reds are basically treated as yields, and even police officers and traffic officers will be like, some of them get really irritated. They had to move their hand and wave you through. But I don't know what officially it is, because as a car heavy infrastructure city, we don't know. So as New York City becomes friendlier and friendlier towards PEVs, we'll see if they decide to write that into law, the whole Iowa stop thing. If you check it out, actually, if you get a second, look it up. It's a really cool thing where certain cities, in order to help with the flow of traffic, will use the red lights for cars, and then they'll use the red lights as yields for smaller personal transport vehicles like bikes, scooters, rollerblades, e-scooters, etc. So, cool concept. We are 1 mile away. See, now you can say this looks like Gotham City, because this is where it starts to get like really old school. Can I make it here? Yes, I can make it here. Columbia Business School, here we come. Oh, that pothole was really dangerous. Potholes are always dangerous. It's crazy potholes. What is this? I can't see. My screen's shaking too much, but I think that's a cathedral. Really crazy looking cathedral up here. Jeez. And I think that's the General Grant. Oh, there we go. General Grant National Monument. I guess this is what it would be like to ride in DC with the monuments and stuff. Really cool, huh? Really freaking cool. Jersey wants to race. Jersey wants to race. So no, let's not do that. right. So I just actually gotta find a way over here, and we're basically at our destination. Sometimes when I get overly excited, I end up overshooting things because I'm not paying attention, but we are here. We are here. Oh, did I mess this up? Oh, I definitely did mess this up. I gotta go down. I went the wrong way. So, oh, look at that, George Washington Bridge. What you guys are seeing over there on the left, or to my left over there, is New Jersey. So, is there any cars behind us? No. So we're gonna bust a U here because we're supposed to go down there. So we're gonna somehow find our way down there. Once again, even with Google Maps, I am lost. But I'm always lost here in this area. But you know what? As this commute comes to a close, I want to thank y'all for accompanying me on this ride. I truly appreciate y'all. Thank you for your continued support on the channel. And I hope you enjoy this ride to the Upper West Side, or West Harlem, whatever people want to call it. And what I'm gonna do is, from here on out, I am just going to let it roll, and then I'll catch you guys on the next ride. That's where my mistake was. Remember, everyone, always wear your safety gear and ride safe out there. And I'll see you on the next one. There we go. Okay, see? I'm glad I made that roundabout, because that was a, oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so it looks like I gotta go this way, and we'll make our way down. But, you know what? This is not too bad. Not too bad. My man's going the wrong way. My man, you going the wrong way, homie. See? Ha ha. We made it. We finally are gonna make it. By the way, I don't know anything about the area up here, so it's always fun. Always fun. I don't know what the forum is. What is the forum? Done. I think gonna turn green? No, I think it's not gonna turn green. I'm gonna just go. Yeah, I'm gonna just go. Yep. And alrighty, this is the meeting spot. be very quiet here. And then we'll pull in to the right. And peace out, everyone. This is it.